Good morning, respected sir, respected teachers, and all of you. This is Ifa. My father within the Habalam is a seaman, and my mother Mrs. Alam is a good teacher. I'm a part of Sterling School in 9th standard. Today, I've got the opportunity to revise a chapter that is living world. So before starting my chapter, I would like to say something about biology. As we know that biology is a part of a science that studied about, in biology we just studied about the living thing. And it has two branches, that is botany and the zoology. In botany, we just study about the plants, and in zoology, we just study about the animals. But in both things, one thing is common, that both plants and animals are living. So now the question arises that what is living? So my simple answer would be that the one who possesses life is called living. But how will we differentiate between the living and the non-living things? As we know, there are many characteristics of living: growth, development, reproduction, ability to sense environment, and responsibility. But apart from this, there are two features by which you can distinguish between living and the non-living. The first feature is the defining feature, and the second would be the characteristic feature. So firstly, we will study about the defining feature of a living thing. Defining features state that it just defines the living thing. Means without it, we cannot say any organism as living. It doesn't present in the non-living things. So the first feature of defining is the metabolism. In short, I can say the sum total of all chemical reactions occurring in our body is called metabolism. So as we know that there are two types of metabolism. So who would like to name them? Anybody? Yes, Maz. Please.
Thank you, Ifa, for giving this wonderful opportunity. Good morning, respected sir, teachers, and all living beings. As you have asked the question, what are the types of metabolism? There are mainly two types of metabolism. The first one is anabolism, and the second one is catabolism.
Very right, Maz. There are two types of metabolism, that is catabolism and anabolism. So is there anybody who would like to define them? Wow. So I would like to ask the question to Ayan, please.
Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Good morning, respected sir and all present here. As you have asked the question, what is anabolism and catabolism? As we know that in our body, chemical reaction takes place to build our body, known as metabolism. Metabolism is divided into two parts, anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism is the constructive metabolism of our body that involves the synthesis of complex substances from simpler ones. Catabolism is the destructive chemical reaction of our body. Catabolism is the breakdown reaction of our body that involves the breakdown of complex substances into simpler ones. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Ayan, very right. As Ayan has said that, in conclusion of his topic or his question, that the metabolism is occurring each and every cell of our body. So we have heard that cell is the basic unit of life. So we can say that without cell there is no life. Hence it is proved that metabolism is a defining feature of a living being. Now, as we know that if there is cell, there is life. Just take the example of virus. Why virus is non-living? Why it termed as non-living? Just because it is acellular. It doesn't consist of any cell. That's why we can say the cell organization can also be the defining feature of a living being. Now the last but not the least, that is the consciousness, or you can see the awareness. We know that all living organisms, all plants and animals are aware of their surroundings. Just take the example of us. Whenever we come in the contact of heat, or you can say the sun, when someone touches us, what happens? We suddenly react. It means that we are responding to our surroundings. Okay, but if I talk about the plants, so is there anyone who would like to name the plant who just shows responsiveness? Yes, Mama, please.
Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Good morning, respected sir and respected teachers. As you asked me that which plant shows the responsiveness to the surrounding. So touch me not plant is a plant which shows responsiveness to the surrounding.
Yes, Mama, exactly right. That is the touch me not plant. You know, whenever we touch the touch me not plant, it just shrinks. It means that what happening, it is just sponsoring to its surrounding. Whenever it touches, it just shrinks down. So hence it is proved that all plants and animals, all organisms, just are capable of consciousness. Okay, but human being is the only organism that is aware of himself. That's why we have self-consciousness. So as we can feel the features of the living being. So now we can say that there are great diversity of living beings. Now let us talk about the biodiversity. What is biodiversity? Bio means living and diversity means variety. Means variety and the variability of different organisms or different species present on this earth is called as biodiversity. As till now we have learned about, or we just known about, the 1.7 to 1.8 million species. It is more than that, but till vast range of species, so can we randomly pronounce it? Can we? No. Firstly, we have to name that organism. And now here a term arises, the nomenclature, means the naming of an organism. To name any organism, first of all, we have to standardize their name, or you can say we have to give them a scientific name. So are you getting or not? What do you mean by nomenclature? Are you getting or not? Okay. So do you know what is the need of nomenclature? Do you know why we are naming that organism? Actually, guys, what happened in this earth there are various languages. Okay. Suppose that if mango is called as mango in UK, then in Japanese it called be something else. In Chinese it called be something else. So it is very big, means it creates a very confusion to pronounce it or to understand the every and each name of an organism. That's why the nomenclature is needed. And the basic means what nomenclature says, that an organism can be known same all over the world. That's why the nomenclature is needed. So now, means to standardize their name or to give them a scientific name, there must be some criteria or principle by which we can name them. So who will tell me the principle or criteria by which the scientific name are based? Yes, Taha, please.
Thank you for the great chance. Good morning, respected sir, respected ma'am, and all the inmates. As you asked the question, which criteria or principle are based, by which they are based on, my answer is that there are two criteria or principle by which they are based on: ICBN and ICZN.
Yes, Taha, very right. ICZN and ICBN. So, would you like to explain that, or would you like to tell me the full form of ICBN and ICZN?
Yes. Full form of ICBN is that International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, and full form of ICZN is that International Code of Zoological Nomenclature.
Very right, Taha. ICBN means International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, in which we study about the plant. Botany means we just study about the plants, and in the zoological we just study or the name them as of plant. Okay, means animal. So thank you so much, Taha. Please have it. So as we can see that there are two types of nomenclature, means always the principle they are based on. So to naming of an organism, it must be have two components. That is the species and the gender. So as we can see that they are made up of two components. Now here comes another term, that is the binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature, bi means two and the nomial means naming of an organism. Means whenever we just system of providing a name with two components, it called be as binomial nomenclature. So is there anybody who would like to tell me the father of binomial nomenclature? Yes, Suki.
Thank you, Ifa, for giving me such a wonderful chance. Good morning to Ifa and all of you. The father of binomial nomenclature is Carolus Linnaeus.
Yes, Rusa, very right. The father of binomial nomenclature is Carolus Linnaeus. As I have told you about that the binomial nomenclature is made up of two components, the genus and the species. So, in which book the Linnaeus has given all these information? In which book? Yes, Tanya, please.
Thank you for the great chance. A refined pleasant morning to Ifa and all of his mates. As Linnaeus gave a book which is full of information regarding binomial nomenclature, and that is She's Planter, which was written in 1753, and it is all about the plants.
Yes, Kainat, but one term is also rising that in my mind that it has 10th edition also. The book is the given by the Linnaeus. It has 10th edition. So can you tell me the name of that book?
Again, thank you for asking this question. The 10th edition of his book is Systema Naturae, which was written in 1758, and it is all about the plants.
Yes. So thank you so much, Kana, for providing all this information. So before starting the nomenclature, let us know about some rules of nomenclature. As we know, to name any organism, firstly we have to follow the rules. So the rules that given by the Linnaeus, the first rule says that we must use the Latin language. Why Latin language? Is because Latin language is a dead language, or you can say the scientific language. So the Latin language is used. Okay, now the second rule says that each organism has only one scientific name. Must be only one scientific name, and that is made up of two components, that is genera and species. So now the third rule says that if just we are writing in handwritten, if we are writing the scientific name of any organism in hand by our hand. Just take the example of mango. Okay, it is the scientific name of mango. So the scientific name of mango is Mangifera indica, where Mangifera is a, we all know, genus. And indica is species. Or you can say the generic epithet or specific. So the third rule says that whenever we write any organism scientific name by our hands, then it should be underlined. It should be underlined separately. Okay? And if it is printed, in just like in your notes, if it is printed, then it should be in italics. Now the fourth rule arises. That fourth rule says that the first letter of genera means the genus, that is Mangifera, should be in capital. As you can see that it is in capital. And the first letter of species should be in small letter. It is in small letter. Now, fourth rule has ended. Now the fifth rule says that if the author name is present, suppose that Mangifera indica is given by the lineage. So if we have to write the author's name, then the author name should be abbreviated, just like this. It should be in abbreviated form and it should not be underlined. Okay, the one thing should be pointed that you don't have to underline like this. You have to separate them. The separated underline should be okay. Means you should have to write like this. So now, what are the 5 rules? Firstly, we have to write it in a Latin language. Second, it should be 2 components, the genus and the species. The third, if you are writing with your hands, then it should be separated, the genus and the species. Now, the fourth rule that the first letter of genus should be in capital and the first letter of species should be in small. And the fifth rule says that if author name is present, then it should be abbreviated. Now, one question is arising in my mind again and again, that why we are only using Latin language? Do you are you really thinking about that? That why we are using Latin language? So the simple answer is that we are using Latin language because it is dead language, and also, and if you already are asking to me that if you are thinking that if English is a global language, it is an international, why we are not using it? So my simple answer would be that the English is a global language. It is true, but English has much more demerits. Just like in English language, what happens? The word, there are many synonyms of one word. Means in different situation, in different word is used. That's why it will be very confusing thing happen if we just write it by an English letter. And the merits of the Latin language is that it is not the language of any other country. Latin language is not the language of any other country. That's why it is known as dead language. And also in Latin language, one word only means one thing. Okay, so these are some merits and the demerits of English language, why we are not using it. Now let us move to our next. Now, but one question is arising in my mind again and again. One term, that is tautonyms. Do you know, guys, what are tautonyms? Yes, Umar, please.
Thank you for this great chance. Good morning, respected sir, respected teachers, and all listeners. As we have asked the questions that what is tautonism? My answer is that if both terrorist names are the same, these are called tautonism. I will give you example, Kerala.
Yes. Yes, Umar, very nice. That if the generic and the specific name of any organism is same, just like the catula, you have to give an example, it means that these are the tautonyms. Okay. So now please have some Umar. Now let's move to our next topic, and that is the classification. Classification means the grouping of an organism based on their observable character. Just take example of all the groups, just like animal, plant, dog, cats. We are all in the group. Okay, in the group of animal or an animal. So for the grouping of an organism is called as classification. And the process of classification can be known as taxonomy. So there are some basic processes by which you can do the taxonomy, just like the process of classification, identification, characterization, and the last one is nomenclature. So these are the steps by which you can do the taxonomy. But after studying all these things, the classification cannot be done by the single step. Okay, it needs the multiple of steps, and these multiple of steps known as the hierarchy of steps. Okay, also all rank and category. Okay. So the category and rank that are representing is called as you can say
for this great chance. Good morning, respected sir and all present here. My question is to you all. What are taxa?
What are taxa? Nice question, Yaya. What are taxa? As I pronounced that the step which we are using, and the steps are known as the category. So the category or the, you can say, a rank which is commonly used as the taxa. Okay, and it is a plural word, and you can call the singular word would be like taxon. That's it, Yaya. So now let's move to our next topic. As I have pronounced that there are some categories by which you can classify any organism. So there are 7 categories present on this earth. There are more than 21 intermediate categories, but today we'll talk about the basic categories, and that are these categories. Kingdom, phylum or division. Phylum is used for animal and division is used for plant. Class, order, family, genus and species. You can see there are 7 categories, and the mnemonics of these categories by which you can understand these categories or you can learn it. Just like keep, pot, oblique, dish, clean, otherwise family, get sick. By this mnemonic you can learn these categories. So let us talk about these categories. Firstly, species. What are species? Group of closely resembling organisms that are capable of reproducing each other to produce a fertile offspring. That is the noted line, okay? It is known as, species are known as the smallest taxonomical category. Just take the example, okay? Example of Homo sapiens means us, human. We all humans are same, our phenotype is same. Our physical appearance is same, almost same. If we are talk about the general. So we can see that there are many characteristics, similar characteristics between us. And human to human can reproduce and produce a fertile offspring. So that's why we are in the one species, and that is the same things. Okay, now let us talk about the higher category of species, that is the genus. Genus is the group of closely related species. Okay, we do not understand, just take the example. Okay, take the example of panther, you can say, panther, lion and the tiger. These 3 organisms, they are from different species. You can see that tiger is from different species, panther is from different species, and you can say the panther is from another species. But do you know what is the similarity between these 3? The scientific name of, if I talk about panther, then the scientific name of panther is Panthera pardus. And if I talk about lion, then the scientific name of lion is Panthera leo. And if I talk about the tiger, then the scientific name of tiger is Panthera tigris. As you can see that there is similarity of the scientific name. You can see that these are the genera. Everybody know that these are genera. You can see the genus of them are same. Their species are different, but their genus are same. Means the simple meaning is that species which are closely resembling species as compared to the species of the another genera. You can see their species, their genera are same. They are put into the same genus because of their similarity. And what are the similarity between them? You can see if you observe these 3 animals, lion, panther and a tiger, their phenotype are, means you can say a small bit is same, okay, a bit is same. Just like they have fur in them, they eat flesh, and they have 4 legs and or more than that. But so these similarities are capable of writing it into the same genera, that is the panther. Now the second class would be the family. What is family? Group of closely related genus, okay, is known as family. Let's just take the example. Okay, we could take the same example as panther and the panther, tiger and the lion. If I do the comparison, these 3 animals with a cat. Yes, with a cat. If I do this, you just observe that cat is a small version of these 3 animals. You can say their furs are same. They have 2 ears. They have canines. So these are some similarities by which you can see that they are somewhat similar. That's why we have put it into the same family, and that is the family Felidae. They have put it into the same family, that is the family Felidae. So who would like to name or who would like to give them the scientific name of a cat? Who would like to say the scientific name of cat? Yes, yeah.
Thank you for asking me such a nice question. Good morning, Inspector Sir and all present here. I am Mohammed Ashani for you. As you asked that what is the scientific name of cat? The scientific name of cat is Felis catus.
Yes, yeah. The scientific name of cat is Felis catus, Hafsid. You can see their genus are different, their species are different. But still, they are in the same family. Why? Because they have some similar characteristics. Now let us go to the another level, that is the order. What are orders? Group of closely related family which have few characteristics. As you can see, I am a few word. Means as we go lower to higher, the similarity decreases. Okay, when we go species, there are many common similarity between human to human. But if I go higher and higher, then the similarity will decrease. Okay, so order means a group of closely related family is called as order. So we will take the example, otherwise we will not get. Okay, take the 4 examples, that was tiger, lion, panther and a cat. If I compared these 4 animals with a dog, yes, with a dog, then you can see there are some characteristics or few similar characteristics between them. And what are those? That all of them eat flesh. Okay, all of them are carnivore. That's why we have put it into the same order, and that is the carnivora. You buddy are understanding or not? Are you getting? So as we have reached the order, now let us talk about the class. What are class? So group of closely related order is known as class. Just take the example, okay? If I take the example of humans, elephant, all these 5 animals, that is panther, tiger, cat and the lion. If I talk about the monkey, so if I compare all of these animals, so you buddy are thinking that why am I comparing it with the vast range of species? As you can see, there is no difference between them. Then you buddy are thinking wrong. The one, or you can say the very common similarity between all these animals are they can produce or they can give birth directly. Most of the organisms on this earth can lay egg, and they give birth by laying egg. But these animals which I am just pronouncing just like elephant, we humans, panther, tiger and the lion. So these animals are capable of producing their own kind with directly. They do not need to lay egg. They just produce it directly. That's why we have put it into the same order class, and that is the class Mammalia. Now class is done. Now let us talk about phylum. As we know, in phylum we only talk about the animals. So group of closely related class of animal is known as phylum. Okay. If I talk about the phylum, then you can see that in phylum we talk about the animals, and in animals you can see that if I just see the comparison between all these 3 animals, and if I add it with in these animals, tiger, panther, lion, you can see a similar character, that is the notochord. In these animals, the presence of notochord is present, and the hollow dorsal neural system. In simply, you can say that the presence of similar neural characteristic in the same organism can be known as in the same phylum. Okay. So what are those? You can add the frog, fish, and more than that. So these all the animals can be right into the same phylum, that is the phylum Chordata, because of presence of the hollow neural system and the that is the notochord. Okay. Now let us talk about division. In division we only talk about the plants. So if I talk about plants, then group of closely related class of plants flower. Okay, they can give or they can produce a flower. So the comparison between these two animals is the same characteristic that they can produce a flower. So that's why we have put it into the same division, and that is the division magnoliophyta. Now, and the last is that the kingdom. If I talk about kingdom, that kingdom is the highest taxonomical category. You can see if I'm just going to species to kingdom, you can see the similarity is decreasing. Similarity is decreasing. So there are only basically two kingdoms, that is the kingdom Plantae and the kingdom Animalia. In the kingdom Plantae, we just talk about all the plants, and in the kingdom Animalia, we just talk about all the animals. Now, here's ended, but I want to ask something about some questions as I have given all these classes. So I would like to ask questions something about these categories. So are you ready? Yes. So let us ask. So my first question is that, can you define mango on the basis of their taxonomical categories? Mango means you have to define mango on the basis of their taxonomical categories. So I would like to ask this question to Usman.
Thank you for the great chance. Good morning, respected sir, and all present here. This is Usman Hafiz. Today my question is kingdom of the mango. According to me, the biological name of the mango is Mellifera indica, species indica, genus Mellifera, family Anacardiaceae, order Sapindus, class Dicotyledon, and phylum division is Angiosperm.
Yes, very right, Usman. You have explained all these categories, that was very right. Thank you so much. Have seat, please. Now, who would like to define the but on the basis of their taxonomical categories, who would like to define the housefly? Housefly is an animal, and it is going to the kingdom means Animalia. So, who would like to define the housefly on the basis of their taxonomical categories? Yes, Mama, please.
Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Good morning, respected sir, respected teachers. As you asked me that taxonomic categories of housefly, so the biological name of housefly is Musca domestica, genus Musca, family Muscida, order Diptera, class Insecta, and the last phylum is Arthropoda.
Thank you so much, Mama. You have replied very confidently, and all 7 categories you have pronounced. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to ask question something about the suffix. Okay. So, who would like to tell me the suffix of division? Who would like to tell me the suffix of division? Whenever we write the division of any organism, we use some suffix, and you have to tell the suffix. Yes. Yes, I can see Abrish is raising her hand. So, please, Abrish.
That was great chance. Good morning, respected sir, and all beloved friends. This is Abrish Fatma's time for you. Thank you for asking me such a wonderful question. According to me, phi is the suffix of division.
Yes, Abrish, as you are very younger, you are saying that phyta is a division, suffix of division. That's exactly right. Please sit down. So now, my next question is that, what is the means botanical name, or you can say the botanical name of the scientific name of the weed? Who would like to tell me the scientific name of the weed? Yes, Bilal, please.
Thank you for asking me this great question. Good morning, Papi. My answer is that Triticum avestum is the biological name of weed.
Yes, Triticum avestum is the biological name of weed. Bilal, have some. So, who would like to tell me the class of a weed? Yes, Hamza.
Thank you for good morning, respected sir. As you asked the question me, class of wheat. The class of wheat is monocotyledon.
Yes, Hamza, thank you so much. Please have sit. Now, next question would be that, who would like to say the order of suffix? Suffix of orders. Who would like to define the suffix of order? Yes, Rahul.
Thank you for asking me this wonderful question. Good morning, respected sir, ma'am, and everybody. My answer is poise with the
Poise is the suffix of order. No, Rahul, it's not right. Let us ask to another one. Who would like to say the suffix of order? Yes.
Thank you, Ifa, for again giving me such a wonderful Latifa, the suffix of order is is.
Yes, Urusa, exactly right. The suffix of order is. Now, the question which I would like to ask is ended. So, thank you so much, sir, and all the teachers for giving me this wonderful opportunity.